We'll call our meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Seaside Park in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, held on Thursday, December 14th, 2023, advertised to begin at the conclusion of the work session, which has now just ended. Pursuant to the provisions of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of the meeting for publication to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger on January 4th, 2023. Notice of the meeting of the governing body also has been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Amaville.
Present.
Councilmember Condos.
Here.
Councilmember Kraft.
Here.
Councilmember Dr. McHugh.
He had a work-related emergency this evening.
Thank you. Councilmember Wilk.
Here.
Council President DeMichael. Absent. Mayor Peterson.
Here.
Thank you.
Let us all rise for a moment of silence to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. There are minutes for November 30th, 2023, a work session, and also November 30th, 2023, a regular meeting. Any comments, corrections, or if not, a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Wolf.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Thank you. Councilmember Wilk.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft.
Yes.
Councilmember Condos.
I'm going to abstain on this out on the 30th.
Thank you. Councilmember Amaville.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are ordinances. The first is first reading and introduction. It's ordinance 2023-17. It amends chapter 364 of the Code of the Borough of Seaside Park entitled Rental Property. It establishes requirements for lead-based paint inspections as now required by the state of New Jersey. And the one section, 36428, sections A and B will be deleted, and that deals with the fee schedule. And that's as per the comments of the work session. Any comments from council, if not a motion for first reading?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Wilk.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Condos. Roll call.
Councilmember Wilk.
Yes.
Councilmember Condos.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft.
Yes.
Councilmember Amaville.
Yes.
Motion approved.
The next is first reading and introduction. It's ordinance 223-18, amending chapter 364 of the Code of the Borough of Seaside Park entitled Rental Property. And this too entails a mandate from the state, and specifically and deals with providing a certificate of insurance as per the discussion of the work session. And again, when it is published for hearing and second reading, section 36420, the registration fee provision, will be deleted and removed. And there's a typo on the page 1, township should be substituted out for borough. Any other questions, comments from council for first reading? If not, any motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Wilk,
Second.
second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Councilmember Wilk.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft.
Yes.
Councilmember Condos.
Yes.
Councilmember Amaville.
Yes.
Motion approved.
The next is first reading and introduction of ordinance 223-19, that amends Chapter 185 of the Code of Borough of Seaside Park entitled Construction Code Uniform. And any comments? That one's from the committee's recommendation. Hearing no comments, any motion for first reading?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Wolf,
Second?
second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Councilmember Welch,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
motion approved.
Item 7 is payment of claims. There's a bill list. It's 223,311, payment of claims and bills from November 30th to December 14th, 2023. Any questions, comments from council, or if not, a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft,
I'll second that.
second by Councilmember Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Welch,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos.
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
motion approved.
The next item are the resolutions. There are 3. I'll read in summary fashion. Number 312 is extending the grace period for payment of the fourth quarter 2023 water and sewer for a 6-day time period up to January 16th. 313 is authorizing the execution of a contract as per past years with Jobs for Blue for coordination of off-duty employment of police officers for the year 2024. 314 is appointment of Robert Wendland as construction official. 315, adjusting compensation for Jeffrey Schwartz as the provisional part-time zoning official. Any questions or comments from council as to any of the 4 resolutions?
I have a comment on 314, that's meritorial comment. The rate is $50, but what's missing is per hour. So that needs to be added.
A typo, yeah.
Right. Oh, yes.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? It's our practice to allow public comments as well on resolutions if there are any. They're not required by law. If anyone has any comment on any specific resolution, if they could give their name and address into the record. And hearing none, I'll close the public portion, and unless there's anything from council, I would entertain the resolutions as a consent agenda. Motion by Councilmember Condos, second by Councilmember Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos.
Yes.
Councilmember Welch,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
motion approved.
And anything further from council at this juncture? And by way of announcements, I certainly want to join everyone in thanking everyone associated with putting together the annual holiday tree lighting, as well as the craft fair, which took place at the Seaside Park Elementary School, and also the PBA's annual community dinner. 3 events all got rave reviews in spite of the weather, and we thank a whole host of people all involved, everyone associated with the borough family, the Recreation Department. Joe Toth did a great job, and all his people, as well as our PBA and each and every member of the police department and our public works department. And the front office, everybody came together with the council in attendance as well, despite a few raindrops. And we thank Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and I guess we're allowed to say their names here in public. I hope they're feeling better. I know I understood that they're under the weather, and we wish Emil and Ginny all the best of health and happy holidays, and thank them yet again for being Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. And thanks to the Central Regional Band. They were great in spite of the rain on their instruments and the cold fingers. And we thank Larry McCall, as always, he's played his guitar through many, many decades of bringing holiday cheer to all of us. So it was a nice event and very well attended at the PBA community dinner as well. A coming together which we all need and joining together as one community. Any other announcements from council? If not, we'll go into the audience. If there are any public comments, if anyone has them, if they could give their name and address into the mic. Yes, sir.
Michael Spadafino, 59th Avenue. On this ordinance, since we don't have the wording of ordinance 2023-18, you said provide a certificate of insurance. Who do they provide it to?
The code department's part of your application when you go for your rental permit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know where it goes. Thanks.
Any other public comments? Yes, Shirley?
Shirley Russell, 700 North Bayview Avenue. Once again, I'm going to ask if there's some way we can block the water at I Street from coming into the street all the time. I had asked about the barriers being put there temporarily. I think you were waiting for approval from someone, which, you know, that's fine and dandy, but when you have a storm coming and you see on TV all these people filling sandbags, they don't wait to get approval. I mean, the county has to come constantly and scoop the sand up and put it back. We sit there and we watch it come over and it comes down the street and starts to flood our properties. I don't understand why you put it there. If they have a fit, then remove it, but at least stop it right now. You know we get a lot of storms this time of year, and the water does keep coming over. And I really think that something needs to be done and not wait a year for somebody to get back to us, because that doesn't do us any good. Put it there. If they complain, send them to my house. But, you know, we have to do something there. It's just not fair to the homeowners. And I think we're just getting pushed aside. I do also feel that we need to have a meeting on the bayfront so everybody involved can sit and hear exactly where we stand and what's going on, and if there's something any of us to do. We've just been kind of dumped, and nobody seems to inform us much. And, you know, a lot of us are getting tired of it. And it comes to the point where I can't have holidays at my house because I'm not sure they're going to have boots with them to get to me if it does flood. And that's very upsetting. And I think if any of you were in that position, you'd feel the same way. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Any other public comments? Yes, sir. Chuck?
Chuck Appleby, 215 10th Avenue. Shirley, I just had to buy new boots for my house. I bought higher ones. The Bayfront Committee, we're actually getting together and we're going over some new studies that came out on the Forked River shoreline project, the oyster reefs and stuff like that. So we're talking about that. There's pros and cons and all this, and we're trying to digest all the new studies. The Forked River shoreline, the oyster area there, there's some new studies out. So we've been discussing that in the committee. So we'll hopefully have some information coming out on that.
A lot of reading. That you got my one.
There's a lot out there.
Yeah, the one was more positive. I think it circulated around.
Yeah, there's positive and negative.
Yeah.
So we just want to digest it all, and everybody's, the committee is pretty in tune to it, and it's all new stuff. So the cost-benefit analysis of doing it, and just the pros and cons. They're hard to digest because a lot of these things, we're not going to solve the flooding. We're trying to mitigate the wave action and things like that. So it's hard to accept. The water comes up. And it was interesting, I was going through, my friend passed away, and I was looking through some old photos, and I got one from probably 84, 85, with my street flooded, and the storm drain that's down at the corner, all with orange cones around it, because it was collapsed in. And I think that was the county not responding. It had to be 30 years that they didn't respond to that one storm drain. So it's interesting that, this stuff just goes on and on. But, it's living at the shore, and there are pros and cons with everything. I did come here tonight with a specific thing. I wanted to thank Fritz and Matt for their service over the years. I think, I really like them, and I really enjoyed having them here. I'm proud that they were part of the council here and did such a good job, and leaving on a note like tonight, reducing the insurance, I think is a wonderful thing. And Fritz has always been wanting to reduce costs and everything from the water and the sewer and everything. So, I wanted to thank them here tonight. Those who couldn't make it. So I'm just happy that they were here and dedicated so many years to the town. It was a good thing.
Very nice. Thank you.
And another note is, I have a buddy that, he and I maybe will do some sailboat charters. I got my captain's license and stuff. But one of the things Seaside Heights does, they have an ordinance where they allow for a fee, people to pick up people at their docks. It goes back to where they had the river lady used to go all the way to the heights and actually drop people off and stuff. So they had that whole ferry system. This is back in the 80s, I guess. But I wanted to drop that off to the council, distribute it, so you could look at that and see if that's something we could do here. We do support businesses such as the surfing up on the ocean and things like that, and our town is based on recreation and sailing and things like that going back a long time. So I think it's a good idea. I'd like you to entertain it, read it. It's not a big deal. It's just a safe way for people to get on and off boats for little sailboat trips and stuff like that.
Where would they get off?
They use the docks, so.
Which docks?
It's up
Marina,
down
maybe?
the Fifth Avenue, the Marina's not a good place for it.
No, I know that. That's
Yeah,
why I
the
was
Fifth
asking.
Ave dock, or, you could do it already, I guess, at the boat ramp, piers. But Fifth Ave probably would be the safest place. Years ago, we used to have floating docks out there and stuff like that at lower levels and stuff like that. It was more conducive for things like that. But, I know, there are different places, I guess, but the T-dock in the Heights, you can do it. But it's just that ordinance, that if you could just review it and see if it's something that we might be able to entertain here in Seaside Park. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chuck. Any other public comments? Hearing none, I would close the public portion, and unless there's anything else from council, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wilk,
Second.
second by Councilmember Condos. Roll call.
Councilmember Welch?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank everyone for coming out this evening, and have a happy, healthy, and relaxing holiday season ongoing.